Ready to go from zero to hero with your consulting clients on Facebook? Discover 8 steps that I wish I knew when I was building my customer base from scratch on Facebook. In this video, you will see 8 practical steps that I do every day when I'm messaging people on Facebook to acquire new clients or just gather new leads. So you're building your business, and the most important thing at the very beginning is to gain the momentum, to acquire as many clients as you can to get the statistic going. Why? Because you want to know if you are doing something right or wrong. And one single client may be accepting your offer and the other one may be hating it. So that's why you want to get the statistics. You want to get as much clients as you can to gather more information. Through those information, come up with the better solution that you can achieve. So how do you gather those contacts? It's pretty easy. You go through every Facebook group that you can and you sign up for it. In those groups, you post your own messages and you answer posts and messages from other people to get in contact with as many people as you can. And hear me out. At the very beginning, you don't want to be picky. In my case, I noticed 2 very important things right here. First of all, there are groups that are saturated with your competition. And those groups are good too. Why? Because through your competition, you can also see what others are doing. And through those schemes that they are repeating, you can see the schemes that are working and those that are not. Through those schemes, you can also learn how to acquire your clients in your niche. But also, when you are in those saturated groups, try to search for adjacent groups with adjacent interest or adjacent niche that you can acquire more clients and that are not as saturated as those. So the second step you want to make is to personalize your message. Why? Because in those groups, most often people ask for very specific things. Like in my case, people most often ask for building a website, creating a logo, creating a visual brand for their social media. So be very specific in your message. You want to make them know that you are very good at solving those concrete problems that they're mentioning. So before you provide your answer to their messages, just try to figure out what they really need. And also try to think about the needs that they are not speaking out loud, but they are having. So for example, if you are designing a website, you are probably designing a website as a part of a sales funnel. But in my case, and what I noticed so far, most people are just designing a website for the sake of designing a website because everyone has one. And the most satisfying question for my clients was that I asked them, why do you need those websites? Why do you need to create them? And what kind of achievement do you want to get from this website? And through those questions and through those personalized messages, I acquired much more leads, not clients yet, than before, than my competition, which were just inviting people to contact with them. Oh yeah, and personalizing messages is most often very daunting and very dull task to do. After a few messages, you probably will be bored and you will want to take a break. In my case, I made a challenge for myself. I promised to myself that I can take a break after every 5 messages. And I have to do at least 25 messages a day. And if I could do more, I would do so. But in the same time, I'm managing my own company and I don't have enough time to provide more leads to myself. That's why I created those 8 steps system. Because I want to teach other people how to do it, and I want to teach my future employees how to repeat my process to acquire more leads for my business. And okay, if you create the second step correctly, in the third step, you are starting conversation with 11.8 people a day, which is 47.2 measure of success. So what should you do with those people? You should provide them enough information for them to make informed decisions. And in the same time, you should be able to value them if they are correct clients for your business and for your, because not every lead that you will get will be good enough for you to make a service. Why? Because for those people, you often make your service and you do your best, but they don't know what they want. And in the same time, you cannot provide enough value to get them to their success outcome. And therefore, you maybe get your clients, but in the same time, none of you will be satisfied from the outcome. So what should you do to turn those leads into paying clients, into inviting them for a call or for an online meeting? How to do it? So through those 4 months, I noticed one single thing. The questions that you ask are often open-ended, and people don't like to write long essays in those messages. So instead of asking them to write a long message, provide them with simple and short information. So listen up, those questions are long and they probably cost you a ton of time to answer. Maybe we should take a call and within 15 minutes we can talk to each other and we can get to know each other enough to be able to value if we want to work together or if we want to skip our collaboration. And okay, now we are on the next step where you get your clients to use your service. First of all, make sure that your offer is irresistible. Why? Because there are a lot of good offers out there and you want to provide something that is enough value for your client to be delighted to work with you. And there are few ways to do it, and I will talk about them more in the next step. But think about this. You have simple equation to solve. On the top of the equation, you have dream outcome, and it's multiplied by the likelihood of achievement. So in other words, how good you sell your service for your client so he is convinced enough that you can achieve those dream outcomes that you provided. And on the bottom of this equation, you have two things. Time delay, so how long it will take you to achieve those successes or outcomes that you promised. And also it is multiplied by effort and sacrifice. If you can balance those out and provide the most value possible, and don't get me wrong here, your first client won't be ideal. Most of those clients, just because you are writing to virtually anyone that you can see on those groups, will not be the best. But there are a few steps that you can do further on the process that will help you balance those out, and in the end you will attract and gain clients that are great for your business. So great, we are on the step 5, and through the steps 5 to 6 I will show you best ways to achieve clients and offers that provide enough value to get yeses and to turn leads into clients. And the last 2 steps will show you how to get better clients and better deals over the time. So in this step, when you want to provide great value for your client, and you are just starting out, so you don't have any testimonials, so you don't have any experience, and probably you are new in this business, try to lower your value to provide the same outcome for the client for the lower price. But that's not the end, because you will gain your first client and you will get your first money to just go by the month, but in the same time you will get the testimonials and you will get the experience that you want. On the other hand, you are trading your money outcome for the experience and for the social proof that you can provide to other clients to attract more better clients. In my case, I did a simple challenge. I invited 10 people to join me on a challenge to build their sales funnel and their websites and get first clients from scratch. So in the same time, I was doing the same thing that they were doing through this process. But through this process, even if I did get lower money, because I did get 40% of what I'm charging right now, I got enough testimonials and enough video social proof that I could show and provide to next clients. Thanks to that, next clients were eager to work with me and they were agreeing to higher prices, and on that we will talk in the next step. So the next step is called Do Not Sell Your Time for Nothing. And I know the step number 5 was sounding like you are selling yourself really cheap, and that's probably true. Now when we have our testimonials and we have our first experience, we can do something to acquire better clients and to acquire better money from each client that we work with. So what should you do? First of all, when you are gathering your testimony, focus on hard facts and hard successes that you achieved. In my case, in case of marketing, it's amount of the conversions or the sales that we provided for the client in comparison to the amount of people that saw this offer. And through those facts, you are officially an expert. You did something that people paid you for, and you achieved some level of success that you can provide for next clients, and therefore you are able to charge better money. So this time at step 6, when I was negotiating with each and every client after those first few sales, I was trying to show them what kind of costs and what kind of actions that I will take to achieve their level of success. And in the same time, I was showing them that if they are lowering the prices or if they are lowering the amount of money that they're willing to pay me, I will have to cut corners. And each and every corner will affect the level of success that I can provide to them. So as you can see, I never did a hard pass. I never said that I won't do it for the price. I often opened the conversation on things that we can split or things that we can cut corners in to achieve a level of success that was good enough for the client and for their budget. In practice, I still needed much more testimonials. And more of that, I needed much more experience to provide the value for their client. So there were times that I was agreeing on projects that I was doing some things for free, but the free was with the asterisk. And the thing that was free was actually for a referral or for the next testimonial that I could use. And most often those referrals and testimonials were video-based. Why? Because it's much harder to get those video testimonials from other people. So if they are trading their time and effort to record a video for me, it's much more valuable for me and it helps me to create better offer for further clients. And there we are at the step number 7. In this step, we want to gradually increase prices. How to do it? Well, that's pretty simple. Each time that you get a word of mouth or a referral from your client, you want to increase your price slightly. Why? Because those people are from the warm market. They already heard from their friend or another business partner that you are doing a great job, and therefore you are perceived at higher value than the rest of the competition. So you don't have to fight as much with your price or your offer as you did with those previous clients. So in my case, I did 2 things here. First of all, I still were getting clients from cold messaging other people or from the other types of marketing that I did. But those people that were referred to me were a good testing ground of how much I can charge to still achieve a client or to still achieve some level of success with negotiation. So if I asked for a higher price, most of the time I could close those offer, but there were times where I couldn't. And there I offered discounted price, which was the previous price that I was charging for other people. But in the same time, I was asking for more referral and more word of mouth. You see the endless cycle here? I asked more people to help me to spread the word about things I do. And in the same time, I already achieved more cash and more money for each client that I achieved. But there's one single limit. Well, your time. In time, you will get enough clients to fill your calendar fully. You won't be able to get more clients, and therefore, it's time to change. So when your calendar is full and you can't get more clients, it's time to do two things. First thing is to raise your price. And of course, there is a ceiling for this. Why? Because you're competition, because you are not that experienced yet, or you cannot achieve the level of success that those higher priced volume clients want. But there is another solution. You also can provide different kind of service. And I'm thinking here about group services. You get small group of business people. In my case, I provided group meeting. I gathered people that were in different markets, so they won't compete with each other. And in the same time, I was providing the group meetings and group teachings, but also I was providing the materials that I created for previous clients. Therefore, when I anonymized them and created lessons from them, people were getting more PDFs and videos that were recorded previously, and they were even more happy that I helped them. Why? Because the price was lower than initially, and in the same time they got more value out of this. And that's the moment when we go to the step 8, where we acquire clients that are ideal for our business. So the last step is to amplify your credibility and acquire better clients for your business. How to do it? So at this time, and in my case it was after nearly a 3-month period, you have enough testimonials and enough experience to acquire better clients. So you want to collect your testimonials, but you also want to connect feedback about your offer and what you can provide to other clients. You probably listened 1,000 times stories that are similar to each other. And if you recorded those stories or you made a notes from them, you probably can solve them in more schematic way and create templates that can work for certain businesses. And this is a great time to create case studies and provide them to wider audience. For example, on YouTube. Why? Because in those case studies, you can show your business insights. And in the same time, you are making sure that you have social proof at higher level. You provide step-by-step guides to other people that they can use for free. And in the same time, you are proving that you know your stuff. And through those actions comes the magic word that is called specialization. So you specialize in certain businesses or certain way to provide your services for a certain group of people. And because of that, you are addressing their problems in a better way. And in this step, you actually get less clients. But those clients are better tailored for the service that you provide. And you have better services and better effects with those clients. And as you can see, it's once again an endless cycle. And if you do this long enough, you can provide enough services and acquire enough experience to provide those services not only to those niches, but also to the niches that are adjacent. And to give you an example, I am very good at providing help to people that are doing coaching and mentoring. But through those experiences, I noticed that the psychologists and psychological help is very similar to this. So I expanded my offer to also provide help for psychologists. And of course, in this step, I started to record those videos. I started my YouTube channel to provide help and information, how to develop your business, how to build your first sales funnel, and how to acquire more clients when you are starting. So if you want to get more clients, if you are interested how to get more sales for your business, watch the next video I prepared for you. There, I will share more tips and systems that I developed to scale my business.